Let's take good old Jeb out on an EVA. Nothing can go wrong. Space just above Kerbin's water. Remove helmet. G'day mate and welcome to this very special episode of Kerbal Space Program with me, JD. So, with the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission just passing a couple of days ago, I decided we're going to follow their fine footsteps, except we're not going to do it the NASA way. We're not going to launch lots of incremental missions, proving our worth and making sure we can make it to the mum in one piece. We're going to do it the JD way. We're going to build a rocket, we're going to go there. Or at least try to. So, there's a couple of things I need. First, I need mission control. Nope. I need the tracking station. I need to be able, so at the moment we can see orbits in the map, and we have a max DSN power. I don't know what that means. But we need patch conics. So patch conics will tell me if we go out to... How do I go to map view? Tracking station. I actually have to go to the tracking station. Yeah, okay. So, patch conics will tell us when we're going to intercept either the mum, or in the case of Kerbal's little solar system, they also have another planet called Mimas. So it'll tell us when we're going to launch here and we're going to actually intercept there. On top of that, we've actually got 3 launch zones. Oh, they're different contracts. We're not doing contracts. So we could choose a different launch zone, which we're not going to play with today, because today I want to get to the mum. So we need to upgrade that for $15,000. Yes, upgrades are really, really cheap in Kerbal Space Program. On top of that, research and development wise, I've gone and upgraded general rocketry. So we've got slightly better rockets. And I went and got the radial decoupler because we're going to need to be able to drop extra rocket sections off our rocket, preferably sideways rather than just off the bottom, as our rocket gets bigger and bigger. Max contracts. Excellent. Let's do escape the atmosphere. And at the same time, we're going to do orbit Kerbin. We're going to come back and pick up some other contracts later because they're all worth a little bit of science and a little bit of money. And the money's probably the important one because I have a feeling we're going to make some mistakes along the way. Astronauts Complex. I think we need Kerbals to be able to perform EVAs. That sounds like an important one. No, I don't want the administration building. So, we need a rocket. That's what we really need. And I might already have prepped some sort of rocket. Because building rockets takes time. And I'm trying to save you guys some time so you can see the launch. Because that's really what you're here for. But I think I need a few more pieces. So, we've got a command module. We've got a sciencey section, where we have all the different science materials. We've got some mystery goos, some thermometers, some barometers. I got them in sets of 3, so we should have plenty of stuff. Gotta remember how to use the GUI properly. Then I got stack decoupler. But we're gonna pull off the whole bottom of the rocket, and we're gonna put another stack decoupler in, because I think I need just a little bit more oomph. Because we've got a total delta V, which I'll bring up in a second. Let's go with 2 rocket tanks. And no, that one. So important things about rockets. So we've got the thrust at sea level, so ASL of 205 newtons, and we've got a thrust in vacuum of 240. We've also got the specific impulse. Where the specific... Okay, we're going to take that rocket. I'm going to slam all this on the bottom, and then I'm going to go through the bits and pieces of the rocket. No, I'm going to add more fuel. Because why not? Why not? We'll have another fuel. I just need to snap that on there, please. Please, snap. I know it's a little bit compact in here. It's fine. Come on. See, I went pre-built things thinking save a bunch of time, and then we're doing this crap. Snap. Okay, don't snap. Alt. No. Alt. There we go. Then a rocket engine. And then we'll take this whole contraption in triplicate and see whether everything still works. So I have three sets of 3 solid rocket boosters. They're going to fire off because we're concerned about the environment and we're following SpaceX's footsteps. We're trying to go for recoverability. I need to actually install a mod so I actually get some benefit from the recoverability, but I haven't got that far yet. So on there we have 3 drogue chutes. Drogue chutes are going to slow down the rocket, and then we've got 3 proper chutes. So we're going to launch these rockets. When they're done, we're going to drop the drogue chutes to slow them down on their descent, and they actually have some proper parachutes to make sure they don't crash. Then we actually have the decouplers, which is going to disconnect these bits from these other rockets. Then moving up the line, we've then got another rocket giving us, so the first rocket gives us 1,284 meters per second. The next 3 rockets, being these outside 3, can I zoom out? Thank you. The next 3 rockets are going to give us another 1,400 meters per second. Don't forget, these are no longer going to be at sea level, so that actually gives us a little bit more. Same story, 3 drogue chutes, and then I've got the 3 top chutes. Then we're going to drop the stacked decouplers, and then I have 1 rocket. No, I just want 1 rocket, please. I need to put you up in that stage, and you up in that stage. Okay. So then I got this rocket, which is going to boost us up even further, hopefully getting us all the way to the moon. Then I finally have this stacked decoupler, which we can just ditch, and then this rocket to hopefully get us back, get us there, get us somewhere. As you can see, there's a lot of delta V on this rocket. 5,000 meters per second on top of that, which tells me I have 94 out of 130 parts, and it weighs too much. So we need to save this rocket as go for it, leave our vehicle assembly building, and we need to actually upgrade this for $22,000. And at the same time, we probably need to upgrade the launch pad because it's only got a max weight of 18 tons. This will take us up to 140 tons. But, look, Saturn V was a big rocket, so I think we're well within our means, Now, the only thing that this rocket could really do with is it could do with some winglets. Just to keep us sort of pointing in the up direction when we launch this thing. Because I'm actually really worried about things not going up. Sure. And then we might actually just move the whole rocket. Whoop. Things are facing through things. It's not facing through things. Okay. Sure. Check your staging really quickly. The yes. To fire those rockets. Those drogue chutes. Those real chutes. Decouple that engine. Decouple that engine. Decouple on the way home. I have 1 drogue chute. Come on, zoom in. 1 drogue chute, which I'm actually gonna... No. I want to pick up this drogue chute and duplicate it. So I have 1 on either side. On top of that, we're bringing a little cute aerial along because why not? I don't actually have any batteries, so the only electrical charge I have is actually built into the command center, into the command capsule. It has a tiny itty bitty battery at 50 volts, 50 watts, 50 kilomilliamps, whatever, something like that. Probably about as much charge as your mobile phone has. Let's be all honest. We're in a very, very basic rocketry system here. So that's all the charge we've got. And the only way we recharge it is by running our rocket engine. So we're going to save it. We're going to double check this. It's no longer complaining. We're good on all grounds. We're going to make sure crew, Jebediah Kerman is definitely in the pilot's seat. He's still looking for a new job. Something that is a little bit less deadly. Now, I'm not going to turn on stability control because I actually think I'm a better pilot in this case. And I'm going to do a better job of trying to keep this rocket pointing in the upright direction. I'm going to launch it. And yes, they do swing out like that. That is a design feature. I need to start rolling the rocket that way. And we want to go left. Left is up. Left is up. winglets don't actually move. That was maybe a flaw in our design. But we're running out of fuel slowly. Nothing's red hot. It's always a good sign. We're going to dump those chutes. We're going to dump the real chutes. And we're going to get rid of that. And parachute destroyed by aero forces and heat. Yeah, rocket's not meant to go in that direction. So our max height is currently 38k. We're going to go one more flip around because that's a design feature. Turn the engines to max and take off. Come on, come on, come on. That way. That way. Ooh, come on, Neville. Up. Okay, turn that on for just a moment, just so I can try and get my bearings. That's the direction we want to go. Yeah, yeah. And roll it over because this is the orientation I'm used to the ball being in. And we're at 70 something Ks already. So that's outside the atmosphere. That's a good sign. We're going to cut the engines to save some fuel. We're at 82k. We're fine. We're outside the atmosphere. Everything is fine. Now, I have maneuver nodes. Awesome. So what we want to do is we want to go to the apoapsis. And when we get to the apoapsis, we want to accelerate. And we want to get both halves outside the atmosphere. So this tells me a couple of things, actually. It tells me that that's where my maneuver node is. I need to point in that direction for my maneuver node. And my burn time is 1:34. And I'm 54 seconds away. So maximum burn, I'm going to need to apply 1 minute and 20 seconds worth of burn time, so 80 seconds worth. And I'm 40 seconds away, which means I should start burning halfway between both, which is right about now. So hopefully this is the total burn time, in milliseconds. Let's turn on stability control because for some reason my rocket spins. I think it has to do with the terribly high, the terribly well structured assembly we made for our rocket. But as you can see, I'm pushing not the apoapsis out, which is our highest distance from Kerbin. I'm actually pushing it sideways to try and get us into that orbit. But I'm going to run out of fuel. I think this line is a run out of fuel marker. Yep. Stage those, drop those, fire up the next rocket. And as you can see, our burn time is a lot lower now because we're carrying less mass because we dumped all that stuff, which should debris. There we go. Damn, I wasn't watching the marker. The marker wandered off. Get back here, marker. That's right. Oh, no, we're not quite in orbit. 25 meters per second short. 97, 77. We'll call that done. So we can look at our debris, and importantly, they're going to fall back to the planet, which means we don't leave space junk up here, because space junk is bad. So that's our final destination. The mum out there, we're going to set as target. And then I know from previous experience, right about here somewhere, we want a maneuver node. And we want to accelerate to bring our orbit out. Whoop, and intercept the mum. And if I'm good at this, we can get really close. Come on. Come on. 15 kilometers off the surface. That seems like a good number. So I want to warp. Whoops. No, I want to, before we do anything else, I want to point across this blue targeter, because that's the direction we need to go for this burn. You can see it's only a 30-second burn. It's not hard to get to the moon. It's hard to get into orbit. And it's probably going to be harder to get back. Oh, actually, speaking of that, let's take good old Jeb out on an EVA. Nothing can go wrong. Space just above Kerbin's water. Remove helmet. There's no atmosphere. Oh, okay, fine, if you say so. We're going to put our experiments back in there. We're going to jump back on board. We should open our service bay. We're going to do a barometer test. Pressure scan whilst in space near Kerbal. The instrument reads 0, as if it were in a vacuum. Woohoo! We learnt something. We're going to log the temperature. Temperature scan whilst near... Collect and record temperature data from the environment. That was boring. We need to install some mods. Also need to turn on this so I can keep an eye on my electrical charge. And the mystery goo. The good old mystery goo. The goo seems to clump into a sphere. It also appears to become quite brittle. Awesome. So, we're going to bring Jebby back out. We're going to have him take the data from that, and you can't reach. Oh boy. F5. Quick save. That's the important one. Okay, so we're going to bring him back out on EVA because we're going to go on an actual EVA because I can't reach that. So, space to let go. Remember my buttons. Ooh. Okay. It's fine. He's on an EVA. He's like a professional astronaut. Down, up. Ooh. I have never, ever lost a Kerbal doing this. We're going to collect the goo. And then we're going to get Jeb back in here as fast as possible. F grab. Grab. Store data. Board. We're fine. As you can see, we've been knocked off direction because Jeb's a little bit heavy and he's smashing the rocket a few times. So we're going to aim back for that blue dot. Yep. Come on. And then we're going to say warp here. Okay, the other thing I want to do is I want to make sure we're definitely lined up with that little marker. We're going to turn on our stability assist, which is slowly draining the rocket of power. We've got 4 minutes till we launch. So what I want to do is I want to review our crew data. And I want to start transmitting some stuff. So this we will... This is if we recover the data and bring it back. If we transmit it, we're only going to get 4.2 science rather than 10. So we're going to keep that one. But this one, EVA report, we're going to get the same no matter what. So we're going to transmit that data. Temperature scan, again, we'll have a loss. And there goes all our electrical charge. And pressure scan, again, will have a loss. We didn't transmit all of it. Unfortunately, it means I can't use my stability control anymore because there's no battery left to run it. That might have been a mistake. It's fine. All right, we're just going to time warp around. We should see the mum any time now, providing our rocket stays on course, which it's not going to at all. We're going to end up firing in the wrong direction. Completely in the wrong direction. Astronomically in the wrong direction. It's a good start. It's a good start to our rocket program. Holy crap, we're actually in the atmosphere. How did that happen? Oh, that's 64 meters. Yeah, we're just skimming off the top of the atmosphere. We're just having a bump on the way through. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. It's alright. The atmosphere will push us back in the straight direction. Come on, activate time warp. Now, we want to put half our burn before the marker, half the burn after the marker. So about 15 seconds, plus or minus JD factor. So probably around about 20 seconds. Because straight away I'm going to have to straighten up the rocket. So at 20 seconds, we're going to give the rocket a little bit of a nudge, which will both give us some power, I hope. He says as we go past 20 seconds. And also line it up with that little X thing. And full power. Full power. Come on, line shit up, Jeb. You can do it. We're going to watch this go down. And I want to cut the engines down in speed when we get right near the end of it. So I can try and spend the exact amount and try to mitigate any issues I may have had with my completely stable launches. So actually, no, hang on. That's our planned trajectory. That's our actual trajectory. So I just need another 30 odd meters per second, which we're just going to apply very slowly. Come on, my little marker's gone away. Whoop. Jeb, you're doing a pretty shit job of getting the rocket facing the right direction. Okay. Whoop. My marker's gone completely now. 15. Ooh! That's in the moon. Okay. That's a crash. That's a confirmed crash. They'll do. They'll do. We'll do a course correction along the way. In fact, we have so little fuel left, we're going to do probably a nothing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do another warp 2. Let's just warp halfway along. And say bye to Kerbin. Bye! And hello, Mum. Okay, so which way do I want to go? I want to go into the surface a little bit. So add maneuver. Just a little bit. Okay, so that's confirming we're going in the right direction. So I want to aim along our trajectory. I want to actually accelerate the rocket. Basically, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to accelerate the rocket just a little bit, which will bring us in close to the surface, because that's our intention. 55, 29, 6. 6 will do. Now, do I want to try and... How much fuel do we have? A nothing. An absolute nothing. Okay, so this time I'm going to set up a maneuver node because I'm not sure if I go... Ooh. Okay, so that fixes our inclination, which is how far from the equator we're going to orbit. And then I want to go out a little bit so we don't crash into the surface. And that's sort of the plan. Like, just even things out a little bit. So, same story. We're going to play search for the blue dot. Search for the blue dot. 21 meters per second. Actually, according to this, we've got fuel to get us to here. So we can't quite complete this burn, but we can do somewhat close. And this is called a radial burn. I learned about this from watching people like Scott Manley, who unfortunately doesn't do really much Kerbal Space Program anymore. And because I have all the confidence in the world, we're just going to spend the whole rocket engine. Done. Now, where does that put us? That puts us on a fairly straight line, fairly high in the atmosphere. So again, what we're going to do, and this will ruin our trajectory just slightly, is we're going to disconnect that, which like blows off explosive bolts, and that'll move this so slightly, but also leave us a piece of space junk, which according to that is in orbit, but I don't think it's in orbit. I think it's actually going to come out to the moon with us. Maybe it won't. But we need to do another time warp. Can I do a warp to here? I can. Awesome. Hello, Mum. Bye, Kerbin. Jeb has this. Oh, actually, escape to cancel. Ooh. Press slash to cancel. That slash. Ooh. Okay. We would really like a crew report, please. High in space, high over Kerbin. It's very round. Oh, Jeb, man of many words. We're going to EVA Jeb. He's going to grab another EVA report. Excellent. Same time, we're going to open the service bay. We're going to use another mystery goo. Oh, fine. Jeb can't do it from outside. Jeb can't do shit from outside. Okay, we're going to have him flick 2 switches on the inside to log the pressure data. Space high over Kerbal. Don't we already have that? Yeah. Space near. Okay, so they are different. Alright, what did the one say? Review data. Measuring temperature space appears to be quite impossible. There's no matter around to be either hot or cold, except the spacecraft and the thermometer itself. This is probably going to give the R&D guys something to think about for a while. Good point. And this one says the instrument reads 0 as if it were in a vacuum still. Okay. Which also means I can do that mystery goo. The goo feels right at home here. Excellent. So, back off into EVA, Jeb. Hopefully you can reach it this time. You can collect that data. You can collect that data. You can collect that data. And then you're going to shove all the data in there and you're going to get back on the spaceship before you die. Because I have that much confidence. Alright. So the next step is to probably shut the doors. And we're going to walk forward. Because look, we have a very successful space program so far. We've made it all the way out to space. We've even got an intercept with the mum. We're now actually in the mum's orbit. Which means I can stop time warp. We can do oh, no, I can't do a crew report. This is silly. Alright, I can do another EVA report. Space high over the mum. Excellent. And I can cheat the system by taking all the data and storing all the data, and then jumping back in, because then my crew report is a whole different crew report. Because reasons. We can also take another pressure scan and another temperature scan with the exact same descriptions. Unfortunately, I apologize. There are mods to fix this. I shall add it to my list of things to do before next week. But like I said, this is a special bonus episode. Like, this was entirely planned, I mean. We're going to store the data. We're going to jump back inside, Jeb. You're going to close those doors, Jeb. And we need to do a slow down maneuver. So I want to sort of fly this a little bit by wire. And really, I just want that blue marker so I know roughly where I need to be. It looks like a Death Star. Honestly. Oh, that's it. We're now in the orbit. So that spinning the camera means that I'm now actually in the mum sphere of influence. You look at the surface of the mum and try to find a good landing space. The inside of the craters might be the best option. That sounds like a really bad idea, Jeb. This is why I'm the supreme pilot and you're not. So we're going to take all the data, store all the data. No, obviously 2 are still identical because this is still considered high over mum. We need to line up with that blue little dot again. And we're good. We need to get closer. Crew report. No, we're still high. Crew report. Near the mum! You look at the surface of the mum. Yeah, okay, so it's the same description, but it now says in space near the mum. Okay, so that's a whole different experiment. We're gonna use this one again, and this one again, and we're gonna get Jeb out again, and he's gonna do a EVA report, and crap. Bored, Jeb. I used the wrong data sensors. Log. Yeah, we need better descriptions. EVA, Jeb. grab this report. And this report. And take all the data and store all the data. And jump back in, Jeb. Because you knocked the rocket off again. Okay, we're 2 minutes from our expected burn time. Which is all the way down here at 36. 36,000 meters above the surface. So we need to move in a little. Look, that's it. I've lost my nerve. We're gonna start firing the rocket because I want to slow down. No, I want to slow down a lot more. A lot more. I want to land the rocket. We're going for a landing. Now, space debris are going to fly off to the out into space. That's fine. That's why they're called space debris. I think I want to burn. So it's going to bring us down over here, which looks like a very horrible spot to land. We're still going 300 meters a second across the surface. It's a little bit fast. I have no idea how much fuel I've got left. Yeah. Yeah. That looks like a fairly crater-free zone, I hope. There's nothing left to do but wait for Jeb's graceful fall back to the planet. Yeah, all these landing zones look great. Alright. So, this is where we're going to land. We're currently... Okay, we got a difference about 3,000 meters between the surface. We're still in time warp. Stop time warp. There's about a 3,000 meter difference between ground level and sea level, which is always handy to know. No, I actually want the rocket in that direction. Woo. Okay, Jeb. Nope, stop the rocket. Bad things were happening. Ground level? We're 6,000 meters. That's bad. Okay, we need to slow down, Jeb. Come on, Jeb. You can do this. You need to push that little thing to the top of the... If we push that little... That's the thing saying backward. We want to push that to the top of the ball, which means straight up. Which means straight up is now backward. Which means that we're falling straight down. Which is really where we're hoping for. It also means, that's our landing spot. Yep, that's our landing spot. With a crater here and a crater here. 2,000 meters, 1,500 meters. We're falling at 90 meters a second. That's a little bit... Ooh, I don't want to go up. I want to keep falling, but I want to do so slowly. I need some sort of instrument that tells me... Orbit. Orbit. I need some sort of instrument that tells me how far away the ground is, and if I burn it flat out, how long will it take me to get there? Alright, 500 meters. What's this red light mean? I guess it means you're going to crash soon. Come on, Jeb. Slow down. That's our shadow. That helps us. As you can see, I'm going sideways. It's never Highly recommended. 200 meters. Come on, push that dot. Back to the top. Oh. I want to go down. I want to go down really slowly. I'm going up again. Oh, 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 oh! Almost! We made it! Good news. We can open the service bay. That's probably not quite enough to get back to orbit. We can log the pressure data. Yeah. Mum's Midlands. They say instead of doing the same thing multiple times expecting different results, you check the atmospheric pressure again always. I do. Are we going to log the temperature data? Collect and record temperature data from the environment. Boring. We have one more mystery goo canister over here. The goo seems to be less dense here. Okay. We can get a crew report. You call the crew's assessment of the situation. Okay. I'm going to get Jeb out on an EVA. Oh! You've rolled the whole thing over. Here you can have an EVA report. You look up the sky and search for Kerbals. Suddenly you feel very small. Jeb, just for the record, your head is bigger than Kerbal. We're going to collect... No. 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 Take data. Can I get to the other one? I can't. Take that data. Store experiments. We're going to have Jeb get on the ground. Have him walk around this side because he's made it. He's made it all the way. Single rocket. Now he's flapping around with 10 different missions and different proofs of concept. Restore. Yeah, I don't think I could restore. Okay, I must not be able to reach. Come on, Jeb. Around the rocket. No. Which mystery goo is it? Okay. Climb. Yep, Jeb, that's how you do it. Restore. Collect data. It's the one on top. Okay. Go, Jeb. On top. On top. On top. Collect that data. Store those experiments. Get another EVA report. Store that one. Okay. And then more importantly, come on, Jeb. Jeb, this is not a time to be lying down the job. Come on, Jeb. There we go. Alright. Plant flag. That side of the flag. That side of the flag. Nope, it was this side of the flag. We made it! How in hell are we getting home? Now, that brings us to the end of the episode. Now, I'm not going to make you wait 8 days and some amount of hours to find out how the Jebediah 11 mission finally returned back to the planet. Just going to be a week. You're going to have to wait a week till next episode to find out how in hell we're going to get up and rescue Jeb with no docking, no RCS. Not even sure if I can get a rocket up here and back. I don't have any capsules that hold more than one Kerbal. Nor do I have anything that flies by wire. So, yeah. It's going to be an interesting episode. Hope to see you guys next week. Don't forget, if you haven't already, like the video, click the like button. If you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, click it now, so that way you can get notified about next week's episode. And now Jeb is going to extend his little antenna, call for help, and I hope to see you guys next week. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.